Hello, hello. Let me get myself together here. Hello, how are you? I'm just so excited. I'm going to share with you some of the amazing goodness that came out of my brain after I got back from my coach's summit. And it was amazing. And by the way, I am hosting a Listing Queen Live summit, if you will. I'm just going to call it Listing Queen Live here in Richmond, October 2nd and 3rd. And I'm just planting that seed because there is such power when women get together. So you'll hear more about it, but I'd be remiss if I didn't share it with you immediately because I just got back from a similar summit for women and it was so, so powerful. I want to kind of share with you that yesterday, I was going to come at 11:15 Eastern, and something happened, which it doesn't really matter what it is, but it precluded me from being able to come at that time. And I didn't beat myself up. I just knew that I had to take care of the thing that was in front of me. And that thing was a distraction and a disruption. And what I want to share with you, if you've been in my world a while, you know that that I always say what I learned from Myron Golden, who says that when you are all in with full intention on your goal, doesn't matter, lose weight, grow my business, whatever it is, be a great wife, be a great mom, whatever it is, getting to that next level, the moment, ladies, please hear me, the moment that you go all in, that you make that decision to go all in, you will be hit with disruption after disruption after disruption. And the way that our brain is made, we think, okay, that, oh gosh, maybe this isn't meant for me. Maybe I shouldn't do this. And what I want to share with you is that yesterday, when that happened, I didn't allow myself to feel a certain way, like, oh, what a terrible person you are. You said you were going to go live at 11:15 and you didn't, because that wouldn't have served you, nor would it have served me. So I want to always come to you with what's going on with me because I give myself self-grace. And I want to encourage you to give yourself grace as well. It will always serve you. There's never a time that self-grace will not serve you. So we're always going to do things that serve us. All right, so let me pull up my notes. I want to start with, this whole series this week. I'm going on vacation next week. But this whole series this week hit me when I was on the plane back home. And I want to share with you that I went to Atlanta and I wanted to take first class. I wanted to have this be an experience from start to finish. And someday I'll share with you, I'm going to share with my clients on a power hour call, the disruption that happened the morning. Actually, it started the night before I was supposed to leave on this trip. But anyway, so on the way home, I was in first class because it wasn't that much more expensive to fly first class, and I never did it. So I was excited. And I sat there and got such clarity and the words listing unlocked. Let's unlock listings because I'm like, I always think about you. And I'm like, how can I help them unlock more listings? And so I have a lot of greatness to come, but I wanted to start, and I always want to start with definitions because words are powerful, ladies. The words that we say actually come out of our heart. And that's why I love the words sincere and grace. Because here's what I know. My best clients, meaning my clients that get the best results, that are killing it, do so because they have a passion inside. They have a sincerity of mission. So write the word sincere in the comments if that is you. So sincerity is super huge. They have a sincere passion for what they do, for helping people. Okay. Second word is grace. they have grace. They give grace to others and they give themselves grace. And by the way, if you kick your own butt, you are not giving. If you kick your own butt, there's no way that you can give sincere grace to others. And I want you to really think about that, because we can't give what we don't have. And we can say, oh, well, I'm just going to kick my own butt, but everybody else, I'm going to be like all, grace filled with. But there's a problem with that. There is a problem with that. So the definition of unlock, okay, is to undo something with a key. I want you to write that down. So if I want to unlock more listings, I have to undo something using a key. Oh my gosh. Ladies, I'm sorry. That is freaking mic drop right there. Because what I teach my ladies in the Listing Queen Mastery Bootcamp and Academy is that when we try to execute on tactics, that will fall short. So in order to make it more effective, we people please, and we outwork, and we overwork, and we over responsibility, and we take over price listings, and we change order of photos if that's what they want. Okay. So in order to unlock more listings in a way that will allow you to get more sellers, more money for their homes, to get you more listings, to get more sellers across the to the closing table, across the finish line, so they can get what is in it for them, what is next for them, you have to have a key. And the key is what I teach in my coaching. And it is your identity. It is your environment. It is your signature methodology. Your client experience is what's going to unlock more listings. Absolutely, you need to know how to price a listing. Absolutely, you need to know how to back that up so that you don't take overpriced listings. Absolutely, you need to know how to market a listing and manage a listing. And I teach that. I freak out. I love it. I freaking love it. I love helping people become listing queens, helping women. It's just the best life there is. But I think too many women, which is why I'm so passionate about this, are looking at the tactics. Oh, if I only knew the right tactic, if I only knew the right thing to say. Tactics, and I wrote this down, tactics will fall flat without your essence, without your expectancy, without your certainty. Okay, so I want you to really know that. Okay, so let's keep going. So yesterday, this is what I was going to talk about. When you think that something is not working, okay, has that ever happened to you? Have you ever thought, gosh, well, I don't know if this is working for me? And then you think, well, maybe it's not for me. Like, I tried the dialer, didn't work for me. I tried buying leads, didn't work for me. And we piecemeal, right? Oh, I'm going to go to her because I like her coaching and I like his coaching, and I'm going to piecemeal stuff together, right? And I want you to know that all of that is a fallacy that does not work. Because what truly works, okay, is what you make work, what you are committed to making work. And here's what I mean by that. If you are sitting here watching me, live or on the replay, doesn't matter, and you're saying, gosh, but I really, really want to be a listing queen, meaning I really want most of my closings for the rest of the year, for the rest of my career, to be listings heavy, okay? Well, then what you need to do to solve for that, to make that happen, is you need to be willing to study and learn those real estate listing essentials. And then you need to be willing to trust yourself and become the person who creates an environment where people want to be a part of it, right? Like what I share with my clients is that you need to be the listing agent that stands out, the agent that stands out and has something to say, something to believe in, something that you're passionate about. And then people will say, gosh, what's gotten into her? But you have to go first. And you go first by saying, I am a listing queen. And then saying, what does that mean? Well, it means I have to study how to price a listing and how to get their buy-in, sellers buy-in, right? I have to know how to present a listing such that it is desired by the qualified motivated buyer pool in that price range, right? And then I have to know how to manage it and get it through to closing. Those are some, and it starts with lead gen. Okay. And so when you say, this is it, that's what happened to me. When I made that decision that I was going to be a listing queen, I went to everybody I knew who owned a home. And I said, hey, I'm in a contest, which was true. I was in a contest. And I won. And that was the start of my listing queendom. And I said, I am in a contest right now. And the one who wins will get inside of the most people's homes to do a mini listing presentation, a mini. So I won't be there more than 15, 20 minutes, but it would really help me out. And even if you say, I'm going to die in this home, I am in my forever home, please, would you please do me this favor and let me in? Ladies, I got listings from that. I mean, like I got listings from people in that moment, weeks later, and months and years later. Because I was all in. I was going to be a listing queen. Give me a 10 if you get that. And you might think, gosh, that's so scary. Like, who do I go to? People at church? Do I go to my neighbors? Yes and yes. Do I go to my client who just closed as a buyer last week? The answer is yes. So there's no judging. Oh, well, she's best friends with such and such realtor, or oh my gosh, her sister's a realtor. Surely she wouldn't let me come in. Guess what? There's no judging because you gotta get your practice in. You've got to get good and you've got to master the listing presentation. So I wanted to bring that to you because you might think in your brain, in your heart, I don't know that right now is a good time to sell. You got to. There's no way that your brain can say, danger, selling a house is danger, and then you're going to attract listings. It won't happen. So what is it that is keeping you from believing that it is not only safe to sell right now and therefore buy, but it's also smart? And that's what you solve for. Okay. And so that was going to be yesterday's. And I want you to think about this. This is what my coaches tell us all the time. It's easy to think that because something is not working for you, it's not meant for you. But what if it's even greater than you can imagine? The greater the resistance, the distraction, the disruptions that get in your way, maybe that's a foretaste that where you're going is going to be even greater than you imagined. And that is what I believe. Believing, expecting, anticipating, and progressing forward, knowing that the greater the resistance, the greater the reward. Okay, so that was yesterday's message. Now, today's message is very simple. Okay, if you like day two's message, just write yay day two. Please write yay day two, because I want to see what is landing with you and what you appreciate. As I share. Okay. Today's day three message to unlock listings is I want you to think about what magnetizes people to you, right? What would magnetize people to you? Well, WIIFT. What's in it for them? And I want you to think about this. When's the last time someone made you feel important? Can you think about that? Can you even remember that? So when you give the spotlight to other people, it makes you remembered fondly. And I've told this story before, but I'll say it now again, is that when I was, I had my monthly list, my monthly networking event that I created. I remember that so many times because I was like, I'm just going to listen. I'm not going to bring business cards. I'm going to listen. I'm going to make it about them. And even back then, I knew that there was something to that. And it was basically because my mother was depressed her entire life until the minute she died. And she always was isolated and felt less than. And I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. Every woman feels this way at times. Just come around other women and let others build you up. But she never did. And I'll never forget, and this happened again multiple times, but when I would meet someone, I didn't say a word about me. I'm just like, in fact, when they ask me something, I'm like, you know what? You'll hear about that later when I'm up at the podium. Let's tell me about your business. How long have you been in business, right? And and then later people would say, "Oh my gosh, that Jan, she is so awesome." They knew nothing about me. So ladies, today it's about creating an environment that people want to be in by putting the spotlight on them and taking the spotlight off of you. And a really great way to do this is give yourself like a contest. Maybe you and your husband, you and your sister, you and your business bestie, whatever, your neighbor, whatever, and say, let's go all day without saying I or me. Because if you want, I created this document, oh gosh, I'd say 5 years ago. So if you want this document that shares the difference between a business conversation and a personal conversation, changed my world. Because if you're just like at an event and someone talks about their new puppy and you just got a new puppy 8 months ago, you're going to say, oh my gosh, me too. And you want to, you think that business conversations are the same as personal conversations. That's not true. Because in business, the person who listens the most is thought to be higher in authority. Okay? The person who talks the most is thought to be lower in authority and status. And so, I mean, try me out, test me out. I've tried this myself with my team, which were all top performers. Those of you who don't know, I had a top successful real estate team for, 18 years. I sold it. Every one of them was top freaking notch, multiple six-figure earners. Didn't happen. It didn't just happen. I created that by the environment. And I had clients coming in. We closed over 1,000 closings when we were together. Myself, from the minute I got my license till the day I sold it, it was over 1,000. I think it was 1,003 or something. So I know of which I speak. Okay. The person listening has the power. So I encourage you today, for the rest of the day, I'm going to listen, and I am not going to use what I know to be social graces in personal conversation. I want to listen and make them feel like the spotlight's on them. So that's what I have for you today. Let me see. Yeah, I had that one for tomorrow. Okay. And like this, what I am creating, because if you notice, in my Facebook group, it used to be she's a CEO agent, and now it's the listing queens. Why? Because my heart, when I think about what I'm really passionate about, I love creating listing queens. So I'm creating a community. It's already almost 7,000 women over there, but I don't know if they all want to be listing queens. But guess what? If you do, that's the place to be. And you want to be at the event Listing Queen Live October 2nd and 3rd. Excuse me. So I want you to consider whether you're going to go all in to be a listing queen. Because if you are, guess what I'm going to offer starting July 1st? If you're interested, say, what's going to happen July 1st? Tell me. Write it in the comments. I just did something to myself here. Say, write it in the comments or say, tell me. Okay, here we go. I am going to, I'm going to offer a Zoom. So you have to sign up for it. For you, if you want to be a listing queen, if more than one, if you are ready and you are committed to be a listing queen, I am going to meet with you every day in the month of July, every weekday, not on weekends, in the month of July. And it is a big commitment. It's a big commitment. But if you miss any of them, you're out, right? So you have to be committed. And so, what usually happens is, if there's 100 people that sign up, 80 are there on day one, and then 60 are there on day two, and then 40 is there on day three. And I want to see who survives, and gets to the end of July. But my goal is, what we're going to meet about is, I want you to get practice. You can ask me questions, but then I'm going to ask you to practice. So it's not where you're just going to sit and attend. You can ask me any question about listings, and then you're going to get a rep in. You are going to practice the answer live. Okay, so I'll talk more about it, but I will say that if you come day one and you're not there on day two, you're out. And it's not that, ooh, that chick's tough. But what it is I want to work with people. I want to work with women who are so committed. That's what I want. And that's what you want. That's what you want. Because on the other side is a beautiful life, being a listing queen. It's not for the faint of heart. It's for those who are committed. And so put in the comment if you say, I'm in. If you want to be in and with me, I don't know when it is, doesn't matter. It's going to be around my schedule. So it's going to change. It's not going to be a consistent time. And it really doesn't matter. When my coaches have a meeting, I don't care what else is going on. I rearrange my calendar, and they change the calendar a lot. So it's on one hand, it's kind of annoying. And on the other hand, I'm like, okay, they're busy, whatever, I get it. Okay. So if you have a lot of questions, that is a problem. And I'm just going to give it to you straight. I gotta give it to you straight, because I want you to experience the listing queen life. And circumstances don't get in the way. I can tell you this as I close. My husband and I decided that we were going to get up and walk every morning at 5:30. So Monday was day one, Tuesday was day two, today was day three. And, I get up earlier than that because I want to get some work in. And then at 5:30, we're ready and we go on a walk. I can already I feel different. I feel more powerful. My legs, I used to be a gymnast many years ago. My legs feel limber again. My body feels limber and I'm more energetic. And I told him, when it rains, we're bringing umbrellas. We're not going to allow the circumstances to get in our way. And so if that's who you want to be around, if that's the life you want, then tell me, get me in there. What am I even calling it? I think I'm calling it the Listing Queen Community or something. Doesn't matter what I call it. But okay, that's it. And I will see you tomorrow. I don't know what time. But I will be there tomorrow. I'm trying to think it's going to be in the morning. I know that. All right. Talk to y'all later. I'm excited. Bye.